Extremely proud of the way our guys hung in there when it looked like we dug ourselves a hole that we could never get out of. And when you don't score a field goal in about a 7-minute period and the other team got hot, and when we got down 4, we just kept battling on every possession. I'm recapping the game for you. It was just the end. Those last 5 minutes again, these guys just gutted it out, and I told them I'll hang out on the sideline for 40 minutes Monday night, so here we are.
Right back here, Nancy.
Nancy Armour, USA Today Sports. Any one of you three can answer this. What was a bigger right here? What was a bigger motivation for you guys, the loss last year, or the fact that you could end Kentucky's unbeaten streak?
Nigel.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared to speak. It's definitely the us wanting to reach our goals. I mean, it was not the mindset to try and end their streak. The fact that we wanted to win a national championship and they were the team that we had to play, inevitably we would have to end that streak if we wanted to reach our goal. So the fact that we were able to do that against a great team was definitely secondary, but we'll take it.
Sam.
He kind of touched on it. Last year's game obviously was motivation, not because of Kentucky, but just because of how far we got. And, that was a hump we wanted to get over. So it didn't matter who was in front of us. We just wanted to, get a chance to, play for a national title, and we set those goals out before the season. We were very vocal about it, and I think that was big for us, making that run last year, realizing we can get back. And I'm proud of these guys for stepping up, and, couldn't be more privileged to do this with these guys.
Frank, do you want to respond?
I think that loss last year motivated us through the off season to get better, so we could get back here. But once the season started, we had our own goals in mind. It's great we got a chance to play a good team along the way and come out on top. But I'd say it's more wanting to achieve our own goals that we set for ourselves more than anything else.
Questions, please. Right up here.
Frank, Dan Usman from USA Today Sports. You defend against a lot of different players, different sizes, bigs, guards. From your experience with Okafor, what makes him unique, and what do you need to make sure you're prepared for on Monday night?
Question for Frank.
His combination of skill and size is unseen in the college game. We know he's a good player. We know he can score. But you just got to watch film and see what you can take advantage of, see what he likes to do, and try to take it away from him. It's not going to be easy, but with the way we watch film, I think we'll pick up some things we might be able to do.
Right back here.
This is for any of the three guys. Down 4, and you get 3 straight shot clock violations. What'd you do mechanically within the game? What'd you have to reach down within yourself to have that composure at that stage of the game?
Sam.
Well, I don't think we necessarily did anything different than what we were supposed to do. I just think we clogged up, the driving lines a little better, and just made it tough on them to get easy looks inside. If they get you behind them on the low block, those guys are so big and so talented that they're gonna score that 70% of the time. So we just tried to make it tough off the dribble and for them to enter the post, and those shot clock violations were big for us, and it kind of gave us confidence in the defensive end, and maybe, hopefully, drained a little bit of their confidence on the offensive end. So those are obviously big for us. Any stop we can get, we're gonna hopefully turn around and get a bucket on, and we were able to take the lead back after that.
Right back over here.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Turnover number 11 on the day.
Yeah.
Pat 40 from Yahoo Sports, for any of you guys who want to answer. How did you out-rebound a really good rebounding team by 12?
Go ahead. Frank.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You had 11.
Just staying into them, attacking them, trying to do whatever we can. The ball bounces your way sometimes. It's just a luck of the bounce sometimes. You saw how they got some bounces on the offensive rebounds as well. We just try to do whatever we could to stay into them. We know if they get offensive rebounds, that gives them another opportunity to score, and they're such a good defensive team. If they get buckets that way, it's going to be a long night. So just trying to keep them off the glass was one of our main priorities.
Back in the back, right here.
Dale Ryman from WSAW TV. Frank and Sam. Frank, did you ever see at any point where you thought maybe you saw Kentucky had their confidence rattled And then Sam, take me through that shot, that three-point shot when it was tied at 60.
Frank, we'll start with you.
I think the only time we really saw their confidence rattled was at the end of the game. When we finally took that lead and we weren't going to look back. That's just something we try to do. We know last year they came down and hit a shot to beat us, and this year we knew we had to get a stop at the end of the game if we wanted to win. So we were able to do so. We were able to force a bad shot and come out on top.
Sam?
Well, we called something where Frank would come and get me. I don't remember what we called, but I knew we called something to get Frank to come and wing ball screen for myself. And usually that's something that has been working for us as of late. So, came off it. Carl Anthony got on his heels a little bit. He thought I was going to drive, and was able to free up some space on a step back. And I knew it was off my hand. I knew it was down. I was waiting for a good look like that all night. They did a great job, blocking off any driving lanes and easy shots for myself. So when I had that look, I had to put it up, and I knew it was good off the hand.
Right back here.
John Gastaway, ESPN. This question is for Bo. Coach, tonight you've already...
We want to stay with the student athletes for right now, if it's okay, because we're going to have to get them off the podium here quickly.
All right, student athletes, can you ask Coach Ryan, what was the most significant insight about Kentucky? He already praised the staff and the scouting report they put together. What was the most significant single insight contained in that scouting report about Kentucky?
Nigel?
The most insightful thing, right, about the...
They're tall.
Yeah, they were athletic. They're real athletic, yep.
Go right here.
For Frank and Nigel, as much as Sam's three, how pivotal was that charge that he took on that next possession?
Go ahead, Nigel.
It was very important. It gave us this imaginary thing we call momentum that we definitely needed at that point in the game. We knew that they were trying to drive it to the rim, and him being down low, Sam saw the opportunity of him trying to bully his way to the rim, and he made a great play for us.
All right, back in the back over here.
Cliff Early, Sports Byline. Kentucky's fan base, they're Kentucky. On Wisconsin, Sam, you were working with the crowd. Talk about your relationship with the Badger Nation that's here, or Nigel can chime in too.
Sam?
Yeah. Well, the Badger Nation, Grateful Red, whatever you want to call them, great fan base we have. They ride or die. They're always with us, through the highs and lows. And, we're going to have that backing no matter where we go. And I think that's pretty cool. And I think that's something special about Wisconsin sports as a whole. Our fan base is so loyal. And, what more can you ask for as an athlete? Wanting to come to a school and you're going to be playing in front of 17,000 plus every single night. And on the road, you're going to hear roars every time you score. That's pretty cool. Not many teams have that. And can't say enough about their support. They were outnumbered a little bit tonight, but I definitely heard them more than I heard Big Blue Nation.
Right here in front.
Frank, Noah Kozlov, Cinesport, 22nd birthday. You said it was the best present you ever got. What was the previous best present you'd ever received?
Frank?
There you go.
I got an N64 once. I don't know what happened to it. I got an N64. My dad drove me to get my driver's license when I was 16, so that was pretty cool too. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, back here.
To the players, you spoke of your goals. I would assume, based on what you said, the goal is to win a national championship. Can you tell us how that started, when it started, who first said, we want to win a national championship?
Nigel, you want to start?
Yeah, definitely. After that loss, we really didn't speak much, but we all looked at one another saying we will definitely be back and we'll definitely win this title this year, because that's definitely the goal and the plan we've had. And it started back in the summer camp when we first got together again, starting our workouts. We know that we have the potential, the capability to do what we've been doing thus far, and we know that all we have to do is play our type of basketball and just go out there really and do what Coach has coached us to do, what we know we can do, and we will definitely be able to reach that goal.
Over here.
Roger Rubin, New York Daily News. For Nigel and Frank. With Sam, there were stretches where he wasn't really able to get the ball with good looks at the basket, and yet he scored a whole bunch of points down the last 5 or 6 minutes. When he's going through that stretch where he's not getting the looks, are you thinking it's just not going to be his night and someone else is going to have to do it, or are you believing that Sam is eventually going to get it done?
We really don't. We're not worrying too much about. And I know Sam doesn't worry about that. He's not going up and down the court saying, "I need to score. I need the ball." I mean, the way the game goes, he wasn't getting the best looks. Sam could definitely take the ball and try to force a shot, but that's not the type of team we are. We don't, force up shots just to get points. Sam, just let the game come to him, and he may be a part of the Clutch Brothers group now with the way he's been playing these last 2 games, and he just knows when to step up in the right moments for us.
I'm going to tell a little bit of a story here. So I was playing FIFA in my hotel room. We had so much time today, and one of my buddies from back home, his name's Alex Flood, came and we were talking. And he said if I had 20, Sam had 16 or 18, Nigel would have 12, and then either Bronson or Josh would have 10 or 12 points, and we would win by 7 points. And that's exactly what happened. So it's just too eerie to not bring up. And, just the way the game ended and how the numbers worked out, it was perfect.
Right over, this will be the last question for the guys, given the hour.
Yeah, this is for Sam and Frank over to your left. Are you guys surprised in any way that you were able to perform the way you did down the stretch and will this game, or did you guys expect this outcome when you took the court tonight?
Sam?
Getting wins shouldn't be surprising to us, and coming back, we know the type of team we have, we know the type of coaching staff we have, and we know that whatever is going on in the game, we're not going to change. And I think, you guys have seen that all year. Whether we're down 6 or up 20, we're going to be us, and we're going to play our game. And I think that's the way that you need to go about things in life, and especially on the basketball court. We got down today a little bit, but we didn't change our expression. We didn't change what we did. We didn't freak out. We knew if we played our game, we'd get back into it and come back and call back, and that's what we were able to do. We're not surprised that we're in this situation. This is something we've been talking about since day one this season, and look where we are now, but we got more work to do.
And Frank, I think you wanted to.
He hit it right on the head.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay, guys.
All right, questions for Coach Ryan, please, right here in front.
Hey, Bo, Bonnie Bernstein, Campus Insiders. In a day and age where you've got so many one-and-doners, how has the veteran experience of this year's team served you most?
Well, without a doubt, we're not here without these guys having been through the development that they've gone through. People can say what they want about we don't have X number of All-Americans, we don't have this. I've never in life looked at what you don't have. I've always looked at what we do have and what can we do with it. So to have these upperclassmen when they were underclassmen and to work with them and to try to keep them focused, so many young people now want to transfer when they see that, oh man, I might be buried 2 guys behind this position, 2 guys behind that position. And, we've had a few guys transfer in 14 years, but not very many. And this group is doing what it's doing right now because they've stuck to what they believe in and worked extremely hard in the off season, each season. And now they're veterans. So many of these guys have been here before. So I definitely have enjoyed working with young men like this and building a team with seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. It works for us.
Right back here.
Mike Gunzelman, WABC Radio New York. Coach, you've done something that nobody else has been able to do in front of everybody, yet you still have one more game. What do you tell your players to keep them focused for one more game?
What do you mean we've done something that nobody's ever done?
But be able to beat Kentucky so far this year.
Oh, all right.
Of everybody. The whole world was watching tonight, and you guys did it. So.
Yeah, we got to play a team that kicked our butt. That in my mind, that's all I'm thinking of. Great win for our guys, and very short turnaround with the late game. So we got some work to do. These guys need to get back and get some rest, and hopefully we'll be energized for Monday night. But it's a nice feeling to know that you've got a chance. A little bit better than Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. There were times where it was 1,000,000 to 1, but not this time.
Back in the back.
Dale Ryman from WSA WTB. Bo, two-part question. When they went on that run and went up 4, you took a timeout. Frank looked pretty animated. Tell us what was said in that timeout to kind of calm the guys and get them back focused. And then your perspective when Sam took that 3 tied at 60.
Well, Frank might have been a little animated because somebody said to him, Frank, you just gave up 3 offensive rebounds. They had 6 for the game. Didn't they get 3 on that one possession? I don't know what the score was. Anybody have that? It was, yeah, that went, and they scored after those offensive rebounds. We were not sitting in an envious position. Nice way of putting it. But we let it out a little bit in the timeout. Okay, now conversation's over. Now we go out on the court and get it done with our actions. And Frank was one of the leaders of that. And Sam hitting the 3, the defender went back, and it's a lot better than that 3 that he launched that they checked the glass on as to whether or not it had cracked. So it was a much better 3. And the fact that it went in didn't surprise anybody on our bench.
Right here.
Dana O'Neill with ESPN.com. Bo, along the lines of what Bonnie asked you, their experience and their veteran leadership, how much does that allow you to trust that they will come down from this high and mentally, focus right back in by Monday?
That's a good point. Yeah, we'll be focused. They will be focused, and it won't be because the old man is going to or do this or do that. We got veterans that are going to come out, and when we get our workout in tomorrow, go through the scouting report. They'll be attentive. They'll be ready. The adulation. How about in this day and age? By the time we drove in the golf cart to get to here, I don't know how many text messages that Sam had, and I said, Sam, why do you have your cell phone when we're going to the press conference? He says, Coach, it's tradition. I do it all the time, and you know how big you are on tradition. Okay, then bring your cell phone. That's good. But these guys are getting that already. They're going back now. They're, Aunt Alice, Uncle Harry, and whatever other friends. I think they'll be okay, Dana, because there's a mix in there of personalities of, look, we've gotten to this point. Let's try to finish it. And I'm sure Duke's saying the same thing.
Right back here.
Greg Logan of New York Newsday. Bo, you were talking about that scoring drought, and you got out of it by Decker taking it inside and going to the basket, and then Hayes getting the tying drive just before the shot clock expired. Was that something you asked them to do, and how tough was it to get to the rim like that against Kentucky?
It's hard, and we tried to keep encouraging them to do that, so possibly we might get a foul or 2. And we did get some fouls, and we got into the 1-on-1 and the 2-shot foul before they did, before they got to it. And that's what we try to do. It's not something that everybody else doesn't try to do, but our guys did it, and they did it again. That's been a theme for us.
I'm going to take 2 more right back here.
Charlie Clifford, WKBT. Coach, your thoughts on Kentucky repeatedly down the stretch going 1-on-1 against Bronson? And then, did you know he had that mental toughness when you got him in as a freshman? I mean, you got a sophomore going to the line down the stretch as your go-to guy. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, what I did know is that he hated to lose. And when you watch a guy play from the time he's in 9th grade, and I love to watch players on the court, whether it's high school or pickup games or wherever it is, workouts. you can learn an awful lot about people, and that's why we offered Gosser a scholarship, Nigel Hayes, guys like that. They really hate to lose, and they're tough competitors. And yes, I knew Bronson had that in him.
Last question right here.
Bo, you saw Duke very early this season. How much have you seen of them since, and what do you think of the way Duke is playing right now?
On and off, maybe just as a casual sit on the couch guy at home. You know, I actually saw them play when we played, like Michigan State had played them earlier in the year, and then when we were playing Michigan State, you take a look at that game. But, you know, Greg Gard had Kentucky here, and again, might be one of the brightest minds in the game. And his scouting report and what he did with our 6'4" guys in the scouting report, I know our guys were extremely prepared. And Coach Close has Duke. He's got it ready. He had Duke, and Lamont Paris had Michigan State. And, you know, so our guys have stuff ready, and they'll be downloaded clips and games and on their iPads. And I'm sure by the time we get them on the court, they'll have a pretty good idea. And plus, we played them, so you know, and they got us. So maybe we're going to try to get them.
Thank you, Bo. See you tomorrow.
All right, thanks.